In this problem, we have the following table, and it presents the number of goals scored by the winning team in a sample of championship games in the World Cup soccer tournament. So in this table, we see we have goals here, and we have frequencies down here. Okay, and it says consider these games to be a population. So that's going to be important in what we do later here. It says let x be the number of goals scored in a randomly chosen game from this population. So this is the random variable that we're looking at, the number of goals. And compute the population standard deviation. Write only a number as your answer and round to 2 decimal places. Okay, so going over here to the calculator. This is from an old problem I have. What we want to do is go back into stat, and we want to edit the list that we have. So we can go through and delete all these old entries in here by just pressing delete. And make sure everything is cleared out. Also, if you do second and plus, it will take you to this mem thing there, and you can clear out all the lists at once with a little setting in there. So okay, so L1 needs to be the goals that we have here because that's what we're interested in. So make that part of the table there. We'll have 1, 2 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, and 5 goals. And then over in L2, we're going to put the frequencies over there. So there was 1 goal 3 times in a championship game. That's scored by the winning team, right? And 4 times the winning team scored 2 goals. And 4 times the winning team scored 3 goals. 4 times the winning team scored 4 goals, and only 1 time did the winning team score 1 goal. So we have our table, and everything looks correct in here. So now we're ready to calculate the standard deviation, or let the calculator do it for us. So go back into stat, and we want to go to calculate and 1 variable stats again. So click enter there, and make sure your lists are set up correctly, right? List 1, that is the thing that we care about. In this case, it's the goals, right? We want to x is the number of goals in here, and that's what we want to compute the population standard deviation of. Okay, and then the frequency list, right? That's how many times those things occurred. That is stored in list 2. So everything's set up correctly here. We would scroll down and go to calculate. Okay, and so here we want the standard deviation, right? And here's the sample standard deviation here, but that's not what we want, right? We want, they tell us consider these games to be a population, so we would choose the population standard deviation, which is sigma here. So the answer to 2 decimal places would be 1 point, and then that gets rounded up to 1.20. So make sure you understand the difference there. This is the population standard deviation, which they tell us that's what they want. When you're doing this for the mean, it doesn't matter. They both are the same. So that's why there's no thing here. But for the standard deviation, it's different. So our final answer in this problem would be 1.2.